How can you eliminate your Shopify refunds, chargebacks, and complaints? Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. In this one, as you probably guessed, we're going to be talking about the support end of things with your Shopify store. This is very important, whether you're building a one-product store, a regular store, or even trying to build a brand. There's a little bit of a different approach you're going to take in each situation, but we're going to run through inside of my computer. I made a little presentation for refunds, chargebacks, and complaints. And take notice that it's in that order for a very big reason. You want to progressively have systems in place because you can't mitigate and just get rid of all of it. But I literally had a 90 to 95% drop in the amount of emails that my support team gets. Granted, I don't do this stuff myself. I'm the one taking the preventative measures and putting that in place. I am not the person replying to emails and doing all of that. That would be working in your business, not on your business. And you want to be very careful about that difference, because something like customer support, that's typically what's known as a $10 an hour job. And if you're inside one of our programs, that's the first thing we recommend to do is outsource that as fast as possible, because that's going to help save you a lot of time. Okay. So before we jump in this video, you guys, hopefully you already know this, but it is the very last day when I'm posting this for you guys to register for your free spot inside of the live stream where we're picking the giveaway winner, right? Somebody's going to be flown out here, put up in a hotel, and gets to spend the entire weekend with me and my team. They get to come hang out with us. We're also going to be doing on this live stream, I'm going to show you not only one, not two, but three individual winning products from this year that made us millions and millions and millions of dollars. I'm going to show you the products. I'm going to break down what we did for the ads. I'm going to show you some back ends inside the accounts, and I'm going to be recapping 2018 as a whole and really just outlining the strategy for 2019. So we're going to go through a lot of stuff. It's going to be very jam-packed in about an hour or an hour and a half session. Then I'm going to be offering you guys something super, super cool that we've been waiting to announce for, I think, a little bit over 4 months now, which is super awesome. We're going to be rolling into 2019 with a very different structure in place for a lot of stuff. Then we're going to pick the winner and give you guys time for Q&A as well. So I'm going to leave that as a top link in the description. Make sure you guys hit that. Go ahead, secure your spot inside of there for free, because it's going to be absolutely insane and a whole lot of fun with a whole lot of value. So I know we can see my shadow. The lighting is not the greatest. I'm currently back home. I do apologize for that. We'll be back to normal soon. I just have a very hectic travel schedule over the next 2 weeks or so. So I'm going to get in where we can. Make sure we give you guys that value. But this is literally what I'm about to show you. It's so helpful. Like, customer support emails and just issues is the most annoying thing you can possibly deal with, especially if you're getting started. You don't want to deal with it yourself, but you have to, if you're just getting started. So it's very annoying. This is how you can minimize that. All right, so refunds, chargebacks, and complaints. These are three things. Again, take notice of the progressive order inside of here. We're just going to jump right into refunds here, not to waste any time. One of the things that I like to do with all of my stores, this is something where I'm very careful with the brands that I run. I care more about the brands, of course. It's all about customer service. It's all about speed. It's all about loyalty, because you want those repeat customers and positive things being said about your brand. Now, one thing that I always like to uphold is, first of all, I always have a refund policy in place. No matter what I'm doing, have a refund policy. Some people are going to look at it, and even just having it in place will actually get you more sales, even though people might not use it. Having that reassurance in place is going to help people so much. So you'll definitely get more individual sales just because you have it, even though people won't use it. So one of the things I like to do, if people do have any sort of issue or for whatever reason they're not happy, I have them send the package back to my supplier. Now, this deteriorates some people from getting a refund and actually going through that process, which that's what you have to do. You have to send it back, right? So it's a little bit costly. It's time ineffective. It doesn't make sense for most people. So there's a couple different issues. I'm going to explain both sides of this here. There's things where people pick the wrong size, or maybe it just doesn't fit. Maybe the product came defective, or it just doesn't work, right? Or it's not what they were expecting. Maybe they changed their mind. Maybe they don't want it. Maybe they tested it out and they don't want it. Or maybe it came too slow and they're requesting a refund before the package gets there. There's a couple different situations here. So for starters, I know some people might be like, oh, you just tell them to send it back. That's a bad thing. Again, there's lines being drawn in certain spots for a reason. If I'm at fault with anything, if my company, if my brand, or anything we're doing with any single store, even if it's like a one product funnel, if there's an issue that's because of us, if we mess something up or if it comes broken, we will replace it. I will not have them send it back. They will just get another one with expedited shipping sent straight to them, and we will notify them about that. So we're very quick. And I'm going to talk about the support end of things here on the second slide. So that's huge. We're going to make sure that's in place. Now, if there's any sort of other thing or they want their money back, cool. Just send it back, and it's as simple as that. So make sure that you have a refund policy in place. Again, if there's a real issue and you're at fault, just take care of it, okay? Sometimes it's very simple. You might be just getting started, so $10 seems like a lot to you. I do understand that. If you get a $30 order and someone's upset about something, you might have to refund it. But in reality, did you just lose $30? You potentially did because you had made that. But in reality, the product might only have costed you $6. So you lost it $6 and you lost out on the opportunity to make more. So it's kind of a balance, but having that good customer support is huge. Now, with chargebacks, again, take notice of the layout of this. Chargebacks, these are not fun, okay? There's a couple issues that are going to stem off of this. First of all, your payment processor. Most payment processors hold an industry standard of 1%. Once you cross that 1% threshold of having a 1% or higher chargeback rate, you're probably going to get shut down. They're going to notify you about that. They're going to say, if you don't fix it, we're going to shut you down. It depends on where you have your processor. With Stripe, it's 1%, and they don't stand for anything above that. Just know that right now. They also recently changed their algorithm or however they move around. If you ever have one account that gets banned, you're pretty much getting blacklisted for life. So it's not a good situation to be in. Now, for chargebacks, the best way to decrease this is actually to have a refund policy in place and upheld. So keep this in mind. A chargeback is something where someone disputes with their bank saying, hey, typically they're going to say it's fraud. They didn't authorize that purchase. So, which you can typically disprove that, but you don't want to be going through each chargeback one by one. You're also going to have the issue of payment processors. So that can be very bad. Then you can't make any sales and it's just a whole mess. But refunds, people will ask for a refund typically before they file a chargeback. So that's why having a refund policy in place and actually withheld and upheld is such an important thing. Make sure it's there, and also be polite. This is one of the biggest things that I've learned. Communication is key pretty much in any business, but respond quickly and always carry a positive attitude, just a good tone. And even if obviously you're not talking to them on the phone, I would assume, but through your written word, through an email. Don't snap at people. Be very professional. Be very polite. That's something I would definitely recommend upholding. That's going to just help minimize everything on the refund end of it. So if you're dealing with that, you're being nice up front, you're responding quick, that's going to minimize your refunds, and just people who are upset, which is going to minimize your chargebacks. It's just going to help you out so much. It's a very valuable flow. So I like to be able to, have someone respond quick, which is why, I can't respond quick, so I have someone else do it, all right? Now, complaints. These will always happen via the support email, even if they're few and far between. You might not get a lot of complaints. Maybe you're a very small store. You're doing a couple hundred orders a month. You might not get that many complaints, but typically your complaints are going to come through the support email. It might be them just, talking something negative or saying this and that, complaining about the shipping time or asking when their product's going to get there. Some people complain, they grovel, they're annoying, this and that. I get it, okay? That's going to happen. Now, the thing you want to be aware of, and this is where things can get nasty. I've seen people do it who they sell counterfeit stuff. Maybe they don't even have a refund policy or any sort of support in place. That's annoying. That, in my opinion, crosses the line into unethical. So what you'll see when that happens, and this is where you want to be very aware if this starts happening to you, is when it spreads to social media. It can do that very, very quickly. Now, what happens is they might start, reporting your account. Okay. Or maybe they're going to go comment, something on your post. They're going to tag their friends and say, hey, this guy's a scam or this is terrible. Or what they're actually going to do is start commenting on your ads, your Instagram ad, this variant of it, your Facebook, and you're probably not going to see that right away. So it's being up there and it's influencing other potential customers, which is not good. And in some situations, people are going to repost you, tagging their friends or whatever. They're going to repost you to their followers. They might only have 600, but that's 600 people who now just saw that, who don't like you, who they have a bad recommendation about your name based on someone they probably know, follow, and trust. So keep that in mind, especially when you're building a brand. You want to be very careful about any negative attention you're bringing your way in a public light. So keep that in mind because you don't want to run into any issues. It's not going to be fun. Trust me, it's going to decrease your sales. You're just not going to have a blast. So other than that, you really just want to focus on that sequence to recap it and summarize as fast as possible because I know you guys probably got something else to be doing. You got to start growing your store, You got to focus on the right things. So to kind of finish this off, hold on a second. You're going to want to focus on the sequence. So refunds, chargebacks, and complaints. That's the sequence it's going to happen in. So what you want to do is make sure that you have someone on the front end replying very quickly to people, have a refund policy in place, and uphold it. If you mess up, fix the issue. But even if someone's being annoying, they're being a nunce, they're just whatever, you don't like them, you want to punch them in the face and break their teeth, be polite and give them a response. The worst thing you can do is not respond to people. It's not fun, okay? Trust me, it's not gonna go down too well. I outsource all of my support for anything I do. I don't like dealing with that. It's not a positive thing. It's something you might have to do in the beginning. Everyone has to do it in the beginning. That's totally fine. But just focus on the right things, okay? So I hope that helped. If this helped you guys, definitely let me know by dropping a like down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we're posting every single day, coming at you guys with some crazy value, but I wanna make sure you sign up for your free spot on the webinar. There's like 70 to 75 spots, at least as of when I'm filming this, for that live stream. So I wanna make sure you guys get on there before it caps out because the software will start kicking people off, or I guess just not letting them in once the room hits a certain cap. So hit the link down below, be on there. Again, we're gonna be picking a giveaway winner who's going to be on there, picked to be flown out, put up in a hotel, all expenses paid, and gets to hang out with me and my team for a weekend. And we're just going to do a lot of other cool stuff. Going to give you guys so much value and go way more in depth on things that make us millions and millions of dollars. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check out the link down below. Reserve your spot in there for free. Other than that, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace.